everyone, welcome back. Today I'm going to be sharing with you all a mascara tutorial and a review of one of my favourite mascaras, and just sharing with you some tips and tricks on how to apply it like a professional, and just some ways that you might find quite helpful if you are new to mascara, or if you have been using mascara for a while and you're still maybe having some problems with the application of it. I'm going to be sharing with you today the easiest way to apply it to avoid any smudges, to avoid any mess when you're putting it on around your eye, and yeah, just one of the best tips that I've learned in over my 20 years of working in the beauty industry. Now, if you're new here, my name's Pamela and I share tutorials on beauty, skincare and makeup. So if that's something that you like the sound of, then click the subscribe button. And I do have a lot of experience working in the beauty industry, so when it comes to makeup, I have done many makeups professionally in the past, on brides for their wedding days and for special occasions. So this is the video if you've been looking for one that's maybe going to be helpful on how to apply it like a professional would. And the mascara that I'm going to be using today is the Lash Sensational Mascara by Maybelline. Now, this has been a favourite of mine for many years now, and I just thought this was quite a kind of budget friendly one as well. If anybody was on the lookout for a great mascara, I can't recommend this one enough. I've tried many in the last 20 years and always come back to this one, which I find just does the job perfectly. If you are on the lookout for a new mascara, I will link this one below. It's very easy to apply as well. So I'll just come in a little bit closer so you can see the actual application of the mascara. Good tip when it comes to mascara and applying it, I would always say less is more, and it's easier to build up to the kind of volume and the look you want, as opposed to maybe putting too much on right away, which can sometimes cause clumping and thickness and yeah, just too much application of it on your lashes. So if you're having that difficulty, then I would say just go with less. Always use less and then build up if you want more layers. So that's the first kind of tip to share before we start. What you're going to do is you're just going to take the mascara out of the tube. Always have a little mirror handy, because this is going to make your application so much easier. Now, I notice a lot of people when they're putting mascara on, they kind of look, you know, straight ahead and do it that way. And I would say when you do put your mascara on straight ahead looking in the mirror, you are going to have more chance of getting mascara all around the skin on your eyes here and getting into a bit more of a mess, and it's not actually going to coat all the lashes from the root up very well, because you're just more or less like looking straight ahead. So I would say always look down. So that's a great tip I would share with you if that's something you don't normally do. If you have a little compact mirror, just kind of keep it under your chin, so you're going to be looking down when you're applying your mascara, and that's just going to make sure that you coat from the root to the tip of the lash. Just going to make it that much easier for you. So I'd say that's a big tip if you can take away from the video. Always apply looking down into a mirror. Now, when it comes to the application with this wand, I would always start with this kind of inside bit. You can see it's almost like a fan shape, so it kind of goes round. So I would always start with the bit where there's not a lot of mascara on the wand, and then you're just going to start underneath, obviously just holding it at an angle. You'll be able to see when you're looking down into the mirror, you'll be able to see that you're kind of starting from the root, and it just gives you more control as well, and it's just a lot easier. As you can see, it's a lot easier. You're not going to get anything on the skin around about. So yeah, I would say it's more buildable that way as well, and it just gives you more control. As you can see, I've already just put a tiny amount on the lashes there, and in comparison you can see just with that, that's a very small amount, that it's just very natural. If you are just looking for something very natural, then this is a great mascara. But if you wanted something a bit more fuller, because this is the full fan effect, then you can go in again and put some more layers on. A lot of people curl their lashes before they apply, but for me it's not something that I would do. If you do have shorter lashes, that can be helpful because it can make your lashes stand up. But I would say probably best just to get into the habit of applying the mascara in a way that you're kind of coating and pushing the lashes up first, and then if you wanted to go in with an eyelash curler, if you wanted to maybe learn to put that on beforehand, then yeah, that would be helpful too if you did have short lashes. But I would say it's not an essential. So again, just take your time, make sure that you're holding the wand just like in a comfortable position. So I would just hold, you know, my thumb and my index finger would be holding it in place. And yeah, when you're applying it, sometimes it helps to kind of rest it against your middle finger, so you feel like you've got complete control of the brush. And then again, like I said, you're just going to start at the root. Sometimes it helps to kind of wiggle the brush as well as you're pulling it through. And this bit of the brush coat the lashes that are further in the inner side of your eye. It's also helpful for doing the outside little lashes as well, to make sure that you catch them. So any little ones here, you'll see that you'll be able to pick them up with just using the tip of the brush as opposed to the full brush, and then it's quite helpful for picking up. This brush is quite helpful for picking up any wee small short lashes. So if you do have fine lashes, then this one's really good because it kind of just picks them all up. So yeah, that's the kind of like first coat of it on. So what I'll do is I'm going to put a coat on this side while this one dries, and then go in with a second coat just to make it look a wee bit more fuller. If you do prefer more of a fuller lash look, just depends on everybody's preference. Maybe if it's a daytime event you want something more natural like this, and then if it was an evening event you'd want to go a wee bit more fuller. I would say when you are using the tube obviously for putting more mascara onto the brush, I would say don't, you know, a lot of people do the habit where they kind of pull the wand in and out. Now I wouldn't encourage that because it does dry out your mascara, and it also would cause like you're pushing kind of dirt and bacteria into the wand, into the tube as well. So you don't want to put too much air into the product as it will dry it out. So again there, when I did pull it out, you probably noticed that there was a little bit extra on the tip here, a little bit of extra mascara that I'm not going to want anywhere near the lash area or kind of near my face, because that would then just go on the skin. So if you do get that, I would say just again, just kind of take it off so it's just sitting at the top of the tube there. I'm just going to go in and do the other eye so you can see. Again, and just as I'm holding it, the application, just take your time. I would say if it is something you are new to or you're not that kind of confident in doing, I would say, you know, don't rush it, just perfect putting it on first of all, and then the more confident you become, obviously the quicker you'll find being able to apply. But yeah, just take your time. It's better to do it right, I would say, if you're kind of, you know, you maybe aren't used to putting mascara on very often. I would say just take your time till you feel comfortable. There's no rush, you know, give yourself enough time when you're doing your makeup to put it on properly. I would say with this mascara, I have noticed it has been very, very good in the fact that it doesn't smudge. So throughout the day, I have noticed other mascaras can sometimes tend to lie under here, under the skin, as the day goes on. But I would say this one, I've never had that with this one, and it's not even a waterproof one. I think they do a waterproof lash sensational mascara, but I've never had to use it. This one has just been, you know, such a great kind of high street budget friendly mascara. So if you are on the lookout for one, again you'll see that I've just done the ends of the lashes here. I would say that's another great thing. A lot of people maybe forget to kind of catch the ends of their lashes there, so that does open up the eye more and it just elongates the eye and makes it appear bigger. So make sure that you just go in with the tip again and just do the inner corner, and yeah, and then just use the end of the brush for the inner and outer corner. So that's a coat on the other side as well now. So as you can see, it does look really nice and really full, and it just really opens up the eyes as well. And yeah, it just shows you a little bit mascara is all you need. So that's just one application. There's not been lots on the brush. I'm not actually going to go in and put more on the brush for a second coat because I don't want it to get clumpy. So I would say that's another tip. Just use what you have on the brush. So there's probably still a lot still in here that can be applied on. So again, I'm just going to go in and give them a wee wiggle through again, just to put a wee bit more on, just to show you how you could build it up yourself. I would say that a good idea to have handy is if you do get any on the skin, you know, I wouldn't worry about it too much. You can just go in with a wee cotton bud. So even if you have a little kind of one of these little cotton buds handy, they're great. If you do have any wee bits, you can kind of just tidy those up under the eye or in the corner if you've got a little bit on. And yeah, it's not going to disrupt too much of the rest of the mascara. It's very easy just to kind of wipe away if there's any little bits that you do notice. It's good to just maybe do that at the end as a little tidy up. So I'll just put a wee bit more on this side and then I'll do the other one. I would say give your lashes like that a little bit of time to dry in between. So if you move from one eye to the other, as opposed to putting two coats on the one eye at one time, and you know, then you've not really given it time to dry and set. So I would say like that, just give it a wee bit of time and then go back in. You can apply more if you want to. or if you don't, if you're quite happy with whatever your preference is. If you prefer like a more kind of lashy look, I would say this one's great, because I kind of sometimes think when this one's on, it almost has the illusion that you do have like false lashes on, because it does make your eyes look really open and really bright. So if you do feel that you do maybe put lashes on a lot, I would say the Lash Sensational one is brilliant. As I said, it is more of like thickening mascara, so it is going to give them like a lift and just make them look a lot fuller. When it comes to the lower lashes, some people like to put a bit of mascara on their lower lashes, some people just like to leave it all together. So if you were putting on the lower lashes, I would say when you're doing them, usually when I do the lowers, I would hold the mirror up. So I would hold it more up so you're looking, as opposed to under your chin. You wouldn't want to put it on that way, you wouldn't to hold it up the way when you're coating them. And I would just gently, I wouldn't again put the mascara back in the tube, because a lot of people have very fine lashes underneath their eyes. They don't have the same thickness as above, so you would only need to use a tiny amount, so just whatever's left, and you're just kind of gently going to apply it on. And then again, if you feel that it is too thick, or if you have too much on, you can always just go in with a little cotton bud and just kind of gently wipe over, and that'll just take it away. Or some people have the little disposable mascara ones that are throwaway. So if you do find that you have quite a lot of mascara on and you maybe think, oh, I've put too much on, you could comb through with one of the kind of disposable ones that you can pick up in their dry mascara ones, so you could just throw it away afterwards. Or if you have a little kind of eyelash comb, you could comb through the lashes as well. So yeah, this is such a favourite mascara of mine. I have used many, like I said, in the past that I haven't found has given this great an effect, and they've maybe been more expensive. So I would say it doesn't really come down to price when it comes to getting a good mascara. It's not like the more expensive ones are better, which I think a lot of people think they need to spend a lot of money on a mascara to get a great result. Whereas with something like this, it gives you such a great result. And I think this mascara is maybe only about £10, so you can get it. I'll link it below in the description box, but it's very easy to, you know, to pick up. There's not ones that could be costing maybe double that price, and it does last for a long time. I've had this one for quite a while, and yeah, I think I've lost count of how many times I've actually got this mascara now, because I just keep repurchasing it. I did try a couple of other ones, but I just didn't find that they had the same kind of lash effect, that they were as good as this one. So if you have been on the lookout for a new mascara, the Maybelline Lash Sensational, you can't go wrong. Again, the difference with this one is it's going to make your lashes fuller. So if your lashes are quite sparse, you're going to find that these kind of mascaras are going to make them fuller, whereas a lengthening mascara is maybe like the newer version of the Maybelline one that came out. I think it was Sky High, just double check, you'll probably see it online in other videos. The Sky High mascara is more lengthening, so just if you wanted to find out the difference, always make sure you choose the right mascara if you want lengthening, or if you're wanting something that's going to give you a fuller effect. So I hope you found that video helpful today, and just on the application of how to apply your mascara. So as you can see, there's no mess around the eye area, and if there was, like I said, just go in with a little cotton bud to do a little tidy up at the end and just kind of sweep that underneath. You'll see that the lashes that I did put on underneath here, the little bit of mascara, is very subtle, so it's not like really thick and gloopy looking in any way. It's just very natural, so you can still do that and just make your lashes look you know, not too thick and not too gloopy. It'll just give them like a very kind of natural look as well, and just define any lashes that you have underneath. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, then make sure that you click the subscribe button for more tutorials on skincare, beauty and makeup. I share wellness on here as well, and just information I think would be really helpful for people when it comes to wellness and beauty and that kind of lifestyle, a wellness lifestyle. And if you enjoyed this video and you found it helpful, then please give it a thumbs up, that will really help it as well. And comment below, how do you find your mascara putting it on? Is it an easy process for you, or do you feel as if the tips that I've shared are quite helpful for you? Do you have a favourite mascara? Which one they're currently using? You could even comment that below, because it's always good to find out if there's other ones out there that are just as good. Or if you have tried the Lash Sensational from Maybelline, what were what your thoughts on it. Comment below. You can also find me over on Instagram at Scottish Beauty and Spa Guide as well, where I share lots of tutorials and reviews also. I'll be making some more spa videos coming up very soon, as I've got one booked for this week, so make sure that you are subscribed so you don't miss out the video that I'm going to do a little tour of that one. And I've also got one coming up next month as well at a very special place too, so make sure that you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any videos, any spas and any tutorials and wellness tips. And thanks for watching everyone, and I'll see you in the next video.